Okay, so here, for me, this is the most confusing part about insurance. And there are other options, okay? So I'm just going to cover HMOs versus PPOs. I'm not going to go into EPOs or Medicaid, Medicare, stuff like that, okay? So don't ask me those questions. That's fine. If I won't answer them if I know. But essentially, HMOs and PPOs are just it's a grouping of networks. So your company has negotiated with a network of healthcare providers. Okay, so they're both network based. The difference is, and I have this listed, okay, on the back of your sheet. So a PPO, you're going to pay more money. All right, your deductible is likely going to be higher. Your copay is likely going to be higher. But your network is going to be bigger, which means you get to choose. You have more choice in the doctors that you go see. All right, and that there's not going to be a nucleus that sits at the very, very center. And by that I mean nucleus as your GP, your general practitioner. Okay, so you would be able to choose a specialist like a, ENT or an asthma specialist or whatever. You could go choose a specialist outside your general practitioner without going through your general practitioner. Does that make sense? Okay. So an HMO is going to be a smaller network of healthcare providers with a very strong nucleus. So you couldn't go see specialists unless you go through your GP, and your GP is going to tell you which specialist to go see. Okay? For some people, HMOs feel a little bit like, this may not be a good reference for you guys, but kind of that, it can be constraining for some people. I'll put it that way. But it's going to be cheaper because your deductible is usually going to be much lower. Your copay is going to be much lower. All right, so I have listed in there, you may choose a PPO if, you may choose an HMO if. Okay, so if you like having lots of choices and you need lots of specialists and you already have specialists in mind before you go work in an organization, so you already use a certain network of doctors, it's likely you'll still have those choices in a PPO. If you don't care about choices, I don't mean that in a bad way, but I mean you're like, yeah, GP's a GP, specialist, and I want to save money, then HMO is likely going to be a good fit for you. Okay? So I know in your enrollment form, I know, which one does pull out. Okay, so a lot of times you'll have a choice under the PPO. Okay, I'm trying to say all the acronyms wrong. The PPO to do what's called, you can either do 90-10, 80-20, 70-30, 60-40, 50-50. Who knows what that is? Anybody?
The portion you pay.
Exactly. Y'all are smarter than the group last year. I mean, this is confusing, guys. So great job. Yeah, so I didn't know that, so, I will tell you some way. So 90-10 means that you pay 10% of your health care costs. Your insurance provider is going to pay 90%. Okay? 80-20, you get it? 70-30, Alright, so y'all make your decisions on that. Alright. So this is going to be, this one.
So with the 90-10, why would you not choose that if that's the smallest percentage you're paying? Is it different, overall?
Great question. I should have prompted you for that because I'm glad you asked that. So if you heard her, why would you not choose 90-10? Because you're paying less. It's going to be more, your premium's going to be more expensive. Great. Why didn't I say that? Thank you, Lauren. So your premium's going to go down the more you would have to pay. So it's a risk. So a lot of this is crapshoot, basically. You're trying to anticipate 12 months, and who can do that? Nobody. Yes?
Can you switch from a PPO to an HMO
Yes.
during your employment?
And when, yeah, exactly. So when would you, if you wanted to switch from PPO to HMO or vice versa, when would you do that? Open enrollment. Okay. Yes, ma'am. So usually the 90-10, 80-20, 50, blah, 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 those are PPOs. Usually your HMO is an HMO, and an HMO is an HMO, and that's HMO is what you get. Okay? But there's really there's no choices, basically. That's a good way to look at that one. Okay? You need to know who your HR people. So if you take away two things from this session, is we all died, have a beneficiary. Okay, a good beneficiary. So three things. If we all die, have a good beneficiary. Enroll in retirement. And know who your HR people are in your organization. Okay? If you have questions about your benefits, benefit packages, what they are, these are the people you need to talk to. Okay? I should have called these people rather than my dad. Alright? I love my daddy, and he made some good suggestions for me. But I know people whose daddies did not make good suggestions for them. Okay? And so it's just talk to the HR people. They'll be able to give you the facts and only the facts, and you need to be confident in the decisions that you're making, okay? It's your life, it's your money, okay? It's your insurance, it's your benefits. So those three things. Now, who knows what's going to happen over the next couple of years with insurance? So all this being said, this could have been worthless. So just know, your HR people will always know. So go talk to them, very, very important. So how many of you, if you had to re-enroll, so now we're in open enrollment again, an hour later, which would never happen, but an hour later we're in open enrollment, how many of you would change what you chose? How many of you would keep it the exact same? Okay, so how many of you didn't even actually fill it out? All right, thank you for following directions.